I am. Good evening. Kindly confirm if you can hear me. You should probably show a reaction. Just react if you can hear me, please. All right. Kindly confirm if you can hear me. If you can hear me, just react. Just give a reaction. All right. Motorayo, that's nice. That's nice. Stella, that's nice. Thank you. So, good evening, everyone. We are going to be taking the week 3 of your digital marketing class. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let me share my screen so that you guys will be able to see I'm coming. Alright, so can you confirm if you can see my screen? And all right, can you confirm you can see my screen? Thank you. You can see my screen. All right, that is nice. So let's get to today's business. Let's get to what we're starting with. So today we are starting with search intent and traffic. Search intent and traffic. So what we did last week. What did you guys do last week? Let's check it. So you talked about content and monetization. So let me just give a quick briefing on that. So content and monetization, basically when you create content and you want to make money off it, you want to be able to allow the app that you are using to stream or browse your content, you want to allow them pay you for your work and for what you are presenting for your audience. That's basically the whole brushed up context about it. Imagine, look at Pella. We all know Pella, the famous celeb that does content, right? He does live. His content is doing live. His content is meeting up with other celebrities and posting and talking. That's what he does, okay? And he gets paid for what he does, not just on one social media platform. He gets paid on multiple social media platforms. So that is content and monetization. And it is also a marketing strategy. He's marketing his content, marketing his work, he's marketing what he does. So that's basically what content and monetization is all about. I just gave a briefing on that because I want us to start very quickly with what we have today. To start very quickly with that. So let's get to what we have today. So today we are working with search intent and traffic. All right, I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry about that. So, introduction to search intent. The topic for today's digital marketing class is search intent and traffic. That's the likes of SEO, SEM, and traffic acquisition. Acquisition. All right. So, introduction to search intent. It says here. Let me read what we have on the slide. Social media is about disruption. Search engines are about filling a demand. Search intent is the primary goal a user has when typing a query into Google. Informational, looking for an answer, that is e.g. how to tie a tie. Navigational, looking for a specific site, e.g. Facebook login. Commercial, investigating product before buying, e.g. best SEO tools. Transactional, ready to buy, e.g. buy SEM Rush subscription online. So basically, set intent is the primary goal a user has when typing a query into Google. Set intent is what you are looking for on the internet when you don't know what to do. That is just it. It's a basic explanation. And you know what search engines are. Mind you, search engines are different from web browsers. Okay? Search engines are tools on the internet that you use to search. When you search with a search engine, different from when you search with a browser. Okay? When you search with a search engine, it provides you different links, different options, different sources of the internet. But when you search with a browser, it tends to give you a particular site. Okay? A browser is tending to give you a particular site or a particular location of where you can find it. It's not really that versatile, unlike search engines. Okay, so they say social media is about disruption. Search engines are about filling a demand. And type of search engines are Google, Bing. What other search engines do we have? We have various search engines. We have Wikipedia and the rest. So those are search engines. Okay. Let me explain what they have here. Informational, looking for an answer. Basically, what you are looking for, what you are searching for. Imagine you are a marketer and you don't know how, for example, you're a marketer, you don't know how to derive a slide, or you don't know how to get customers to buy your product. Then you search how to get customers to buy my product. That is your search intent as a digital marketer. Okay? The information you are looking for online, that's the informational aspect right here. The information you are looking for online, e.g. how to tie a tie, is one of the primary goals for your search intent. This is what search intent consists of: informational, navigational, commercial, and transactional. Now, for the navigational aspect, looking for a specific site. So basically, imagine you have a particular work you're supposed to do. For example, your Instagram story you are meant to post, okay? And you don't have the Instagram app installed on your phone. What do? You log in from the web browser. You log in from your search engines to be able to get to Instagram so that you'll be able to log in. Likewise, Facebook, the example used here was Facebook login. Okay? So for commercial, investigating product before buying. That's best SEO tools 2024. So basically, this one is just like you are making good research. You are confirming what you're searching for before you actually make the purchase. You want to buy a phone online, you make good research about it. You verify whether it's not a scam zone or it's from a verified source, or whether it's not a stolen phone that wants to be given to you. So you make your research and you verify about it. Investigating products before buying. Okay? I have transactional ready to buy. This is when you actually want to buy the product that you're searching for. So in this context, let me use one product. Okay, let me use one product. Let me use a laptop. Okay, so the information about the laptop, this is the informational aspect now. The information about the laptop you are looking for, let's say you are looking for a laptop that is a dedicated one. That's the dedicated graphics card, not your regular laptop that is just for work. So you said, where can I get a dedicated graphics card laptop for sale? You understand? That's what you said. That's the information, the answer you are looking for online. Okay. And then after you search, it takes you to a site named Jumia where you can buy it. That's the navigational aspect. It takes you to a site, probably jumia.com, and then you get there. It might tell you to install the app, or you continue on your web browser. Okay? And you continue. Then you log in and do the necessary. You fill in the steps and you get to the commercial aspect. Now imagine you had no idea of Jumia before. You are just new using Jumia. So you get to know that Jumia is a very good place to buy your stuff. It's a verified place, and there's no scam zone around that place. There's no scam zone happening on Jumia. So you make your investigations about the product, about the company, about everything that you might want to know about Jumia. And you can also make investigations about other products on Jumia. Just make sure you are investigating your products very well before buying in order to avoid unnecessary complications. All right. And the transactional aspect, when you are ready to buy, finally you are ready to buy the laptop to purchase what you are looking for. Then you get to Jumlia's customer service or their cashier platform, and then you make your payments. And then you make your payments to the site, and boom, pay on delivery or you pay instantly, and you have your laptop being delivered to you. So that is just what it is. State intent is what you are actually typing in. The primary goal a user has when typing query into Google. Not necessarily Google, it could be any search engine. So if you're understanding, kindly signify, kindly react. Okay, that's nice, that's nice. That's very nice. So let's continue. I'm sorry, I'm having a bit of cough today. Sorry if I may be coughing. My apologies. All right, so here we have SEO fundamentals. That are the keywords. Search engine optimization. The full meaning of SEO is search engine optimization. Now, what is search engine optimization? The process of improving site visibility for relevant searches organically without paying for clicks. I'll read it again. The process of improving site visibility for relevant searches organically without paying for clicks. Now, this is something that Google does, okay, in order to be able to give their customer the best experience for when they want to search. Okay. Now, the process of improving site visibility. This is like when you search for something, the most popular site or the most popular updates or the most popular information about that thing you are looking for will pop up on your screen first. It will pop up to the top of the search. There are other search results below, but it's the one that is more popular and the most relevant that will pop up on your screen first. The relevant searches, and obviously you don't pay for it. To get information on search engines like Google, Wikipedia, and the rest, you don't need to pay. All right, you get the best relevant searches without needing to pay for anything. If there's no subscription tied to it, then you are not paying for anything. There's no subscription tied to what you are searching for, or you don't need to pay for anything. You just want to know, or you just want to read, or you just want to get some particular pieces of information. That is what search engine optimization is. All right, the most relevant search that you make, the most relevant search that pops up on your screen, you don't need to pay for it. Okay, so that's what it is. And yeah, there's keyword research strategy. Identifying what users type into search engines, our search volumes, how many times a month a keyword is searched, keyword difficulty, how hard it is to rank on page 1 for that word, long tail keywords, phrases with 3+ words, e.g., women's waterproof, running shoes size 8. Okay. Lower volume but much higher conversion rates. So basically, I will explain everything here in detail. Identify what user type into search engines. You have your search volume. How many times a month a keyword is used. So basically, you can actually know the number of times and the number of people that search for a particular item on the internet. So, for example, I search who is the greatest footballer in the world, right? Some search engines might bring Lionel Messi. Some search engines might bring Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, obviously, it's meant to bring Lionel Messi because Lionel Messi is the best football player in the world. Your objection? I don't know, but he is the best football player in the world. So, how many times that word is used, that keyword is used? Who is the best footballer? The keyword in the search is footballer. Okay? So, who is the best footballer in the world? How many people search for it? How many times has it been searched for? Okay? How many times have people argued about it? How many times has it appeared on the screen of people as search results? That's what it is. So the search volume, how many times a month a keyword is used? You can see that millions of people have already searched on a particular thing, searched on a particular topic, on a particular subject, on a particular word. Okay, that's what it's about. And the keyword difficulty, how hard it is to rank on page one for that word. Now, this this is not really something that is necessary, okay, but it's something you see most likely every time you search for a word. As a marketer, you are not meant to be bothered about the keyword difficulty, but because it's not something you can control. It's not something you have power over. It just depends on how popular your product is or how far you have gone. You understand? But the intel of the basic behind this, how hard it is to rank on page one for that word. So how popular has that search become? You understand? How relevant is it to people? How many people actually care about this particular thing you are searching for? Who is the best footballer in the world? It might be the most relevant debate as of now because they are currently playing the World Cup finals on Sunday. Okay, so it's most likely the most relevant search that you'll be seeing these days. Now, that is exactly what we're talking about. How hard is it ranked on page one for that word? The word football. As of now, the word football and all searches related to football will be ranked higher than any other search that you want to see, any other word you want to see. That particular keyword, football or footballer, would be in the top list of searches, would be in the top list of search engines that would provide information for you. If you notice, most people are arguing and they have this misconception, and then they go and they consult AI on the or they consult search engines for what they want to know about that particular topic. You see, and if it's something that people search for regularly, what people search for every day, okay, it will be ranked as top one. It will be ranked, it will be given a high rating. The rank for that particular search would increase. Okay, so depending on how popular the topic is or the product or how popular it becomes, okay, that is what keyword difficulty, that particular keyword, how relevant is it to people that actually use the word? You understand? All right. So the next one is long tail keywords. That's phrases plus maybe phrase sorry phrases with T plus words. Okay. All right. So that is it's a self-explanatory phrases with three plus words, lower volume but much higher conversion rate. So basically, just more than one word phrases. You understand? And what people search for regularly. So the strategy behind this is if it's something that you know that people search for example, excuse me. For example, you want to sell football, you want to sell ball. Now, you can use that particular strategy behind it. You understand? The word football is mostly searched during this period. So what do? You entail your product around that particular word. So that when people search for it, your product appears. So that when people search for football, your product appears. Like it gets to their screen and they're like, okay, what is this thing about? Randomly they can just switch into it and then they start scrolling through what they want to see. Okay? It might not be ranked top one, but it would with time it would adapt to the situations of the search and it might probably get to where you expect it to get to the audience that need it. Understand? The audience that need the word. The audience that need the product, that need what you are looking for. Something you can do. So you just revolve it around that particular search. Am I communicating, please? If I'm communicating, kindly react. All right, that's very nice. That's nice. It's good you're following. All right. On page SEO, off page SEO, that's the search engine optimization fundamentals. Search engine optimization fundamentals. What do we call search engine optimization? The process of improving site visibility for relevant searches organically without paying for clicks. Okay, so if you remember the way I explained it, that is what it's about. Okay, so on page search engine optimization and off page search engine optimization. Let me read the on page. So the on page SEO optimizations happening directly on your website. That's optimizing data tags and meta description for clicks, proper using of edit tags, fast website loading, speed and mobile responsiveness, high quality original content that satisfies search intent. All right, that's for the on-page search engine optimization. Now, for the off-page search engine optimizations, actions taken outside your website to impact rankings. Hello, can you guys hear me now? Okay, I'm sorry for the delay. Let me continue from where I stopped. Okay, Gift said they can hear me. So I'm sorry about that. Let me continue from where I stopped. So the online, the on-page search engine optimization. The on-page search engine optimization. Now, this refers to the changes and optimizations you make directly inside your own website to help search engines understand your content and rank it better. Okay, basically that's what it's about. Now, I'll be explaining what every of these things mean one by one. Now, it says here this is the short definition, this is the short description for it. Optimization happening directly on your website. Now, what does this mean? Directly in your own website, it is in the definition, okay? Where search engines understand your content and rank it better, okay? Where it has a better rating than other optimizations or other things happening on your website, okay? So the first one is optimizing title tags and meta description for clicks, okay? Now, the main clickable headline of a web page that appears on a search engine results page, that's just it. Is the main clickable headline of a web page that appears on a search engine results page. The result that you see on your page, okay? The first one, the main one that is clickable, the main one that is easily accessible, okay? That is what the online page search engine optimization is. Remember, we said that is improving site visibility. And in order for you to improve site visibility, it's going to give you the best results, the most rated results. Okay, meta description for clicks. So basically, what meta description is the short summary paragraph displayed right below the title tag. Okay, it's just displayed below the title tag. There's no need to look for it or not make any worries about it. It is displayed below the title tag. Okay, that's for the optimizing title tags and meta descriptions for clicks. Now, for proper use of head tags, that H1, H2, H3. So basically, these are the titles and subheadings within your actual article or web page text. All right. So H1 is usually the main title of the page, and H1, H3 are normally the subsections. So the main title is just the H1, all right, and the H2 and H3 are just the subsections. So the heading tags, proper use of heading tags is also on page search engine optimization, right? Fast website loading speed and mobile responsiveness. Now, how fast your images, text, and code load when someone clicks your link. That's just it. How fast your website responds. How fast does it respond when people click on it? If I click on who is the greatest footballer, okay, and I click on a site saying Messi's feed, Messi's skills, Messi's videos, and I click on it, how fast it responds. That's just it. Okay, high quality original content that satisfies search intent. So that's the actual reason why someone typed a specific query into a search bar to buy something, or either to learn a tutorial or something for a specific page login. So the main reason why someone came to search for something, all right, the original content, that's just the high quality original content that satisfies search intent. If the person sees what he's looking for on time, okay, that is what this is talking about. Okay, high quality original contents that satisfied search intent. Now we have the off-page search engine optimization. Okay, so basically This refers to the action taken out of your own website to impact your rankings. Okay, so it impacts your ranking within the search engine results pages. I'll take that again. Off-page search engine optimization refers to action taken outside your own website to impact your rankings within search engine result pages. Okay, so it is essentially about building your site's reputation. What people think of when they hear about your product, when they hear about what you have to offer, when they hear about your search. Okay, they hear, oh, there's this brand named Moffat. All right, what does Moffat have to offer? Was it Moffat that stole from McDonald's bank? Was it Moffat that stole its competitors' information and used it against them? All right, the kind of reputation it has, building your site's reputation. Okay, that's just what it's about. Not necessarily on the screen this time around, but to the audience when they hear about what you have to offer. Okay, so backlinks from other websites. Backlinks from other websites. When another external website includes a hyperlink that points directly to your own website, that's what backlink is. Okay, from other websites, when they just the link from other websites are pointing to your own. Okay, Google views this as votes of confidence. Well, let me just explain what vote of confidence is. Now, vote of confidence is in a kind of context whereby if many reputable websites link to you, all right, the search engines assume your content is trustworthy and reliable. Okay, that's what I was pointing to. That's what I said in this particular place right here. All right, search volume and keyword difficulty, where you put your product under a word that you previously searched the most. You understand? So when people by chance get to see what you have to offer, get to view your site, get to view your products, okay, and when they see that your content is trustworthy and reliable, that is where backlinks come in. You understand? So that is what vote of confidence is. So link from other website pointing to yours are backlinks. You understand that? Now the social signals and brand mentions. Okay. This involves people talking about your brand, sharing your links, or mentioning your website name on social media platforms. It's not something that is a big deal. Okay. But this is when you now have an audience that promotes your products for themselves, by themselves. Okay, people talking about your brand, people sharing your links, people mentioning your name, people talking about, oh, it is Moffat's brand that I bought this designer bag from. It is Moffat's website that I subscribed on this Netflix platform. It was through Moffat that I was able to get this and that done. Okay, that is what we are talking about. And it's on social media platform like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and the likes. Okay, that's what it's about. Now you have guest blogging on authority sites. Okay, guest blogging on authority sites. So basically, let me look for an illustration. Okay, writing an article as a guest author for a well-known, respected website in your industry, which usually includes a link back to your own site. You understand that? Writing an article as a guest author for a well-known, respected website in your industry, which usually includes a backlink to your own site. So basically, guest blogging is like you are using other search results to redirect an audience back to your own website. That's what it's about. Guest blogging on authority sites. Authority sites are those sites that have big names. Okay, they are at the top already. They already have an audience sitting and waiting for them to buy their products, to engage in what they have to offer. Okay, that those are the authority sites. So when you engage your product, when you try to use their popularity but not to use their information, okay, you are to use the influence they have as authority sites to redirect to your own website. Okay, not necessarily what they have to offer. It might just be their site. It might just be an advert that you place on their sites. So that's what it's about. So that is the difference between on-page search engine optimization and off-page search engine optimization. Okay, on-page is what's happening directly on your website. Off-page, it's not necessarily on your website. Okay, it could be on other apps, other platforms, other social media handles, backlinks that redirect back to your own site, but not necessarily on your own website. Okay, so we get to global search engine optimization versus local search engine optimization. Okay, so sorry about that. My network is acting funny. Local search engine optimization and global search engine optimization. So basically, local search engine optimization, optimizing for a particular specific geographic area. Okay, so this just focuses on satisfying search intent for users looking for business services or products in a specific physical area. Understand? A particular area where people are actually looking for what you have to offer. Okay, like you are pushing yourself to your target audience within your area, not necessarily a large audience or a large scale or a large crowd. Okay, just within your area, just within your amiable reach. Okay, that is what local search engine optimization is. Remember, search engine optimization includes improving site visibility, and in order to improve your site visibility, you have to improve your audience. You have to get a bigger audience, all right? But local search engine optimization is just the audience within your reach, audience that you can walk to and talk to physically. You don't necessarily need to make huge phone calls massive um massive calls in order to get to them. No, they are within your reach, within a specific geographical area. So that's just it. And local search engine optimization for a worldwide or language specific audience. So this focuses on optimizing high quality content to satisfy search intent on a massive scale, ignoring geographical boundaries. Like the way we are making calls now, I have information to offer you about digital marketing, search intent, and optimization. What are we doing? We are in a class, okay? We're in a class. I'm offering you knowledge, how to get target audience, how to be able to promote your product to others, to be able to be good as a digital marketer, to get the skill, okay? And how am I doing that? I'm doing that over a wide range, over a large scale platform. It is not within a geographical area. All of us in this call are probably not met physically before, but because we are in a class, because we are actively online right now, Okay, there are no geographical boundaries. Okay, you are targeting anyone in the world who is looking for a specific topic, product, or service. Doesn't necessarily need to be someone that you know. Doesn't necessarily need to be someone that you have met before, that you have had a conversation with. Okay, it could be anybody, anyone that you've met before, that you've not met before. As long as they are looking for your product and you have what they are looking for, and you have something to offer them, that's it, ultimately over a large specific audience. Now let me read what is under the local SEO and the global SEO. For local search engine optimization, crucial for physical businesses, relies heavily on Google Business Platform optimization, targets keywords, best coffee shop in Lagos, importance of NAP consistency, name, address, and phone. So basically, just for physical businesses, imagine there's a restaurant named Foods. Okay, so Foods will tell you this is the best restaurant in the whole of Lagos. This is the best restaurant in the whole of Akure. This is the best restaurant in the whole of Los Angeles. Okay, it might be the best, it might not be the best, but for a fact, they are only trying to promote their own product to you so that you'll be able to purchase or buy from them. So that you'll be able to purchase or buy from them. So that's just it. And for the global search engine optimization, crucial for digital product and content sites. Okay, relies heavily on robust content and massive backlink. Target keywords: how to design a website, higher competition, massive scalability. Okay, so basically these are just content, online courses, online skills, online products, digital products and sites that you have to offer people that actually want what you have, actually need what you have to offer. Okay, if you want to learn how to sell a product, and I have a website that teaches people how to sell a product, I'll redirect you to that website. Go and watch my videos. Go and watch my content on how to design a product, how to design a website. Okay, and basically because the internet is easily accessible and because everything on the internet is actually easy to get, then there's higher competition and there's massive scalability. It is harder to get popular on the internet than it is to get within your own small local champion area. You can be a local champion and the best selling in your area. And by the time you want to start advertising online, nothing for you. You have to learn how to do it online. So the physical aspect is different, the online aspect is different. Depends on how you want to market your product and what strategy you have in mind to use. Okay, so the search engine marketing, that's the SEM. So the search engine marketing slash PPC, pay per click. Okay, purchasing ad space on search engines. Advertisers bid on keywords to have their ads appear at the top. That was what I was explaining in the previous slides. Okay, when I talked about adding your own particular product to a large keyword that has been used in previous searches. Okay, like the word football that I used as an example. Like the word football that I used as an example, people searching for the word football. Okay, say football everywhere. All right, and you tag your product to that so that it appears as an advertisement to those that search for it. And then once they see it, some might not be interested, but the ones who are interested will be like, oh, I like what I'm seeing. This might actually be useful to me. And then they click on it and they scroll through what you have. It might not even necessarily be related to football. The name could just be revolving around the football sector. just the name, and then you use it as an advertising strategy, and then you advertise, and then boom, they get to see what you have to offer. And once they get to see what you have to offer, you are gaining a little audience here and there. So, unlike organic search engine optimization, search engine marketing yields immediate visibility. There's cost per click also. The actual price you pay Google every time someone clicks your ad. Okay. So cost per click, you are the one paid. Alright. What you have to offer Google every time someone clicks your ad. Right. But Google doesn't really do that. It's more of like a free thing now. If you have what you have to upload, except you have some particular APIs you want to use to boost your website and make it stronger. Okay, that is where the aspect where you pay. So cost per click is when people click on your ad and you pay Google for every click that makes people get into what you have to offer. Okay. Search engine marketing yields immediate visibility. See an advert on your screen, you like what you see, you click on it, that's immediate. There's no time wasting. It redirects you to the site and they are seeing what they want to see. Understand? So quality score. Google's rating of your relevance of the relevance of your ad. High relevance lowers your cost per click. Like I was saying, how relevant is your product? How relevant is what you have to offer to your audience? If it's not relevant enough, then it's not worth it. All right. And if it's not worth it, they might want to deduct more of what you have to give them. If it doesn't profit them, if it doesn't increase their audience, then they take more from you. All right. But if you have a good audience and it's attracting to both Google and to both your products, your cost per click reduces. Okay. So, and if it lowers your cost per click, it is on an addition to you. It is on the plus side for you because you pay less and you earn more. And when you earn more, you get more richer. Everyone wants to be rich, obviously. So it depends on how relevant your ad is. Okay. The quality score is Google's rating or the relevance of your advertisement. So that is the search engine marketing. That's what it's about. Okay. So there's the search engine marketing campaign structure. A successful Google ad account is strictly organized hierarchically. Now note, Google is not the only search engine. There are other search engines. There's Wikipedia, there's Bing, there's Microsoft Explorer, different search engines. Okay, there's Microsoft Edge, a lot of search engines. But Google is the most popular, and that is why we are using it to explain to you. Okay, at MS Virtual Academy, we want you guys to get the best results, right? And the best results includes you using the best tools for strategy. All right, it includes you using the best kind of tools you can get in order to be able to be profitable, in order to market your products very well. Okay, so for the first one, there's campaign, second one, ad group, and the third one, ad copy. Okay, for the campaign, this is the top level. This is where everything begins. In fact, this is most likely the most important thing you'd want to do as a marketer to get your leads. You understand? This is where you set broad parameters, your daily budget, your geographic targeting, your goals, your sales versus leads. I'm sorry, your goals, and your goals is your sales versus leads. Okay, so the daily budget, how much are you willing to get today? How much are you willing to earn today? All right, this is my particular target for today. Geographic targets. All right, I want to get my product to those people in the southern part of Nigeria. That is what your geographical target is, where you are aiming for as a marketer, and your goals, your sales versus leads. Now, the leads we are talking about here are the people that actually want to buy your product. Sales versus lead is number of sales with respect to the number of leads. And as a marketer, you would always want your sales and your leads to be high. But here's the catch: you'd want more sales. More leads does not equals to more sales, but more sales equals more leads. Leads are the people that are willing to buy your product. Okay, it's not everyone that is willing to buy that actually pays for the product at the time. Some people might not even have the money. Okay, some people might just be struggling, and some might just be willing to wait for what you have to offer. You understand? You'd always want your sales to be more than your leads as a marketer, right? So that's the campaigning. This is the main part: sales versus leads. Okay, your daily budget and your geographic targeting. Number two, ad group. This is the mid level. Contains a tightly themed list of keywords. You group them so you can write hyper specific ads. Okay, so your ad grouping, basically, like you said, there's the mid level where you group the words you use for advertising. Okay, the keywords you use in giving, the keywords you use in advertising your products. Okay, are they words that are frequently searched for? Are they words that people use every day? Are they words that are easily accessible by people that search on the internet every time? Okay, I search for love, LOVE, on the internet. Is your product revolving around love? If it's revolving around love and I search for it and I see the content on your website and I'm like, okay, this is what I like. Yes, your ad group strategy has worked. Okay, so for the ad copy, that's number three, the bottom level, the actual text the user sees. The headline must match the user search query precisely for a high quality score. Now, this is one mistake most people or most marketers make at some point. You have something you want to sell or you want to offer, okay, and then because you want to get more people searching for what you have to offer, then you post your keyword completely unrelated to something else. For example, you want to sell footballs, all right? There are different categories of balls, all right? But your own is footballs. And then you are placing your ad in somewhere where the spelling matches what you have, but it's ballerina, BALLERINA. Now, football and ballerina are two different things. The only thing bringing them partially related is the word ball, BALL. Now, you want to use something like that to improve your audience, and then you put it in list of sites where they search for ballerinas and the rest. If someone gets to search for something like that and they see your ad, the next thing they are looking for is the cancel button, because they will cancel it and move on with what they are doing on their phone. Why? Because it doesn't relate to what they are searching for. So to improve your quality score, they have to be precisely matching what the search query is. Okay. If you search for football, it's related to what they have searched for. It needs to be related. So those are the successful campaign structure that you can use. Remember, your campaigning is one of the most important things. If you fail at campaigning, then there's nothing more. No one is going to want what you have. No one is going to be able to get meaningful content from what you have to offer them. So anatomy of the search engine results page. Now, the search engine results page is the page displayed on a search engine in response to a query by a searcher. I'll repeat that. The search engine results page is the page displayed by a search engine in response to a query by a searcher. So what does this entail? Basically, when someone searches for something, what they get in response, okay, in search engine results page. Like I was saying, search engine gives you different results, not just one. It gives you different links, different results, different areas, or different web pages on the internet that you can see what you are looking for. The best one pops up on the top list. Okay, the best one pops up on the top list, and as a result of that, those are your search engine results. That is your search engine results page. So on your search engine results page, you have the responses to what you might have searched for on your screen. Okay, how the users interact. Now there are two to three ways how the users interact. Number one, the F pattern. What is the F pattern? Eye tracking data shows users scan horizontally across the top, then vertically down the left side. Okay. Eye tracking data shows users scan horizontally across the top, then vertically down to the left side. Okay. When you think of the letter F, what are you thinking of? Letter F, you think of something like this. One, you have line. I don't know if I should draw. I don't think that's necessary, but the letter F. All right, you are going from the top to the bottom, right? Basically, from the top to the bottom. Eye tracking data shows you that scan horizontally across the top, then vertically down to the bottom. So horizontally is in a straight line like this. All right. Now, when you see your search results on your screen, it is displayed horizontally. So from the horizontal display, you keep scrolling down till you eventually see what you want to look for. It might even be on the first result. It might be the first result that pops up, and it's what you are looking for. And then you click on it. You've gotten your results. You've gotten the result of what you are looking for. All right. So then the golden triangle also, the left top corner, where ads and first organic results sits. This is where ads and first organic results sits, and it receives 80% plus of all clicks. Okay. Now let me explain this. In using a popular example. You search for the word football, okay, and then you search for the word football on TikTok, and then it brings Lionel Messi's fan page. It brings Lionel Messi's account. On that account, your product appears. It advertises what you have to offer as a football. Okay? When the user is scrolling through the search results, and then it comes across your own. Okay? Comes across your own, and then it sees that it doesn't like what it sees at first. And then another ad pops up. Okay? The left corner. And then it sees that, okay, probably I should even try this thing out. Okay. Now, it might not necessarily be the top left corner of your screen, because not everything is positioned at the top left corner of your screen. It doesn't necessarily need to be there. They just use the concept of the top left corner in the sense that it is a disturbing or annoying feature where they are actually forced to click on it. Okay, I am sure you will encounter some ads whereby you need to click the cancel button more than 3 times on 3 different pages before you get back to what you are doing. I experienced that in AudioMark. Okay, let me share my experience. I wanted to listen to a song, and then in order for me to listen to that song, I have to download it. I have to watch 3 different ads. Now, in that 3 different ads, the first one is Okash. The Okash ad pops up. I'm watching, and then the ad is about to end. The next thing I know, it carries me to Google Play Store. I get back into the app. I press the cancel button, but mistakenly press the screen. And if I press the screen, I'm going back to Google Play Store. When I get to Google Play Store, I'm annoyed. I have to go back to the app. Then I get back to the app and I escape the first ad successfully. Then the next one comes, pocket option. That one takes most of my time and annoys me. And then by the time I want to get to click the cancel button is so very, very tiny on the top left corner that I cannot even press it without getting redirected back to Play Store. And then that happens, I get back to Play Store and I go back into the app, and it becomes an annoying circle that repeats itself over and over again till I am able to download my song. The worst part, I did not see my song to download. I was not able to download the song. So it was a very annoying experience. But if I was someone that didn't have enough patience or probably found interest in one of those products, understand, I would have gone back and clicked on it and then see what it has to offer me. Download the app and I continue using it. So ranking on page 2 practically guarantees zero traffic. Now, let me explain this. I'm sure you guys should, I'm sure many of us know that if we use Google, most of us only use the first page. We only view the first page. Meanwhile, if you scroll to the bottom, you will see other search results. You see page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, page, different pages. Most of the time, we even forget that there are actually other pages that exist. We just use the first page, and that first page is what gets us the result we are looking for. After that, we forget about the rest. So ranking on page 2 guarantees zero traffic. No one will get to the second page to view what you have to offer because no one wants to stress themselves scrolling down through different other better results to get to your own. And if your own does not even match their own, match their needs or match what they want, then you have nothing to offer them. So basically, that's just it. Now, the SERP heat map visualized. Okay, the search engine results page heat map visualized. Now, the red indicates maximum eye tracking focus to the golden triangle. Now, what did I call the golden triangle? The top left corner where ads and first organic results sit. Okay, if you are here or you are in the class, if you are following, kindly signify, react, and let me see if we are actually following or I'm just talking. If you can hear me, kindly signify. If you are following the class, you can react or signify. Okay then. So the red indicates maximum eye traffic focus. That's the golden triangle. And the golden triangle is where 80% of most clicks happen. Alright. So from the red to the yellow. Alright. So the whole illustration of this image indicates that maximum eye traffic and tracking focus, the golden triangle on the left side, and that left side indicates on the first page. It indicates the first page where most results are shown, where most results are actually shown, where you see most of what you are looking for. That is what is on the page. Okay, that's the definition, or that is the description of this roadmap that you are seeing. This particular red page, all right, it is where most of the results are displayed. While this slightly yellow page right here is where other results that are close and relevant enough for you, that is where they are. And this blank page is where the results that Google does not give enough rating are. Like they are nowhere to be found. Just say it's blank. Nothing for them. Okay? So that is the description of the search engine results page heat map. Pardon me. Alright. Thinking first to the keyword intent. Okay? The prompt. Group the following keywords into informational intent versus buyer intent. Which one would you bid on for a pay-per-click campaign? Okay, do you understand what is here? Group the following keywords into informational content versus buyer content. Which one would you bid on for a pay-per-click campaign? You can answer in the chat box. Can give you answer in the chat box. Okay, so if you know you don't want to explain, if you want to give an explanation of what we have on the screen and you're sure, you can signify so that I unmute you and you can give an explanation to the class. Is there anyone that wants to explain or I should proceed? So can this signify? If there's no one to signify, maybe I should proceed. Okay. Okay. So the keyword grouping. Okay. So I will explain everything one by one. Alright. So the prompt says group the following keywords into informational intent versus buyer intent. Which ones would you bid for on a pay per click campaign? Now, pay per click is what you get paid for. All right. If someone clicks on your site, you get paid. All right. So let's say you get paid $1 for every click. All right. 100 people click on your site. That means you get $100. You understand? So that's what it is. So the keyword intent, the keyword grouping by intent. Now, for the informational intent, the grouping is how to run a marathon and best running shoes 2024. Now, look at it too. How to run a marathon and best running shoes 2024. And if you look at the explanation I gave about informational intent, it was looking for an answer, what you search for. So, what people search for, what you are looking for, people can search for best running shoes 2024. Okay? How to run a marathon. So those are the informational intents on what people are looking for. The remaining two, right? The Nike Zoom X and the buy running shoes online discount are buyer intents. Why? Because they are related to something that is for purchase. All right. Best running shoes 2024. They are looking for the best. They are not looking for the best to buy. How to run a marathon. There is no form of prices attached to how to run a marathon. Okay. But for the buyer intent, that's the transactional. And what did I call buyer intents? Okay. In this context, I explained buyer intents. This commercial, all right, and transactional, ready to buy, investigating product before buying, ready to buy. That is the buyer intent. Okay, that is the buyer intent. So the grouping, okay, the informational intents, how to run a marathon and best running shoes 2024, and the buyer intent is the remaining two, which are the Nike Zoom X, Vaporfly, next percentage price, and buy running shoes online discount. Okay, the buyer intent and the informational intent. Now, which one should you bid for on the pay per click campaign? Obviously, you'd want to bid for the ones with the buyer intent keywords, which are the buy running shoes online discount and the Nike Zoom X. Those are the ones you'd want to bid for, right? Now, why would you want to do this? In a pay per click campaign, you pay every single time someone clicks your ad. Therefore, you want to target users who are ready to purchase right now using a strong return on investment. So it is a strategy that you can use for them. Now, with what you have on the screen, let me give you something that you can use for them. Right now, why the informational keyword how to run a marathon has a massive search volume of 45,000 people per month and a low cost per click at 0.45 cents. Bidding at bidding on it for a direct sales campaign usually results in wasted budget because those users are looking for free tips, not a product range. High intent keywords have a higher cost per click because they are highly competitive and far more likely to convert into actual sales. So because the ones with buyer intent can have higher tendencies of converting into money, that is why they have higher cost per clicks. The ones with lower one with lower chances of getting converted into cash, have lower cost per clicks. Okay, and if you notice, the search volumes for the informational intent is more than search volume for the buyer intent. Not everybody is willing to pay, but everybody is willing to get free information. How to run a marathon. You don't need to pay for how to run a marathon. You don't need to pay for the best running shoes, but you need to pay to buy running shoes online discounts. You need to pay. All right. So for the search volume, the informational intent tends to be higher than the buyer intent. Okay. So now the action required. This is your assignment, your capstone assignment for the week. So the action required to pass week 3, you must generate a keyword map for a new business. Now, select a niche. Choose a service-based business. Okay. Number 2, research intent. Write down 5 informational keywords you would use to write blog posts for this business. Number 3, commercial intent. Write down 5 transactional words you would bid on using Google Ads to drive immediate bookings. I hope you get the assignments. In the assignments, the first of all thing you're supposed to do is to select a niche, a service-based business. It could be anything. It could be shoes, it could be bottles, it could be cups, it could be legs, anything of your choice. But make sure it is a service-based business. Pardon me. Make sure it's a service-based business. Okay. Now, research intent and commercial intent. Information intent and commercial intent. Write down 5 informational keywords you will use to write blog posts for this business, and write down 5 transactional keywords you would use to bid using Google Ads. Now, under these 5, it is advisable that you explain them. Okay, writing them is not enough because it doesn't give full detail of what the person that might be reading your assignments would want to know. So explaining them and giving them full information would be better. Okay. So that is your capstone assignment for week 3. You have come this far. You don't want to miss this assignment and stay off the road. You don't want to miss this assignment and lose your scholarship. Okay. Okay. Okay, someone said my voice is not clear. I'm sorry about that. Can you confirm if you can hear me very well, please? Or is that Jacob? Kindly confirm if you can hear me very well, please. I'm sorry about that. Okay, you said it's breaking. Is there anyone else that my network is breaking on their phone? Because it might probably be your network. My network is fine and everything is intact. I don't think anyone else has that complaint. So probably maybe you can check your connection, Mr. Oiza Jacob. I'm sorry about the breaking. Okay. So traffic is completely scaling with data. Traffic is completely useless without conversion. In our final module, we learn how to measure success, optimize data, and fully automate the machine to generate passive revenue. This is the moment you want to start looking forward to as a marketer. This is where you want to start making the actual money from what you've learned in previous classes. What you've learned today is the basic thing you would use as a marketer to get people to actually buy what you have to offer. All right. So take note of your assignments, your capstone assignments. Your capstone assignments, I'll read it out once again. Select a niche. Let's choose a service-based business. Okay. Number 2, research intent. Write down 5 informational keywords you would use to write a blog post for this business. Number 3, commercial intent. Write down 5 transactional keywords you would base on using Google Ads to drive immediate bookings. And don't forget, the research intent is your informational, looking for an answer. And your transactional intent is ready to buy. This one we talked about here, where the search intent is the primary goal a user has when typing a query into Google. Okay? So, are there any questions? Are there any questions? If there are questions, kindly signify or raise your hand, or you put it in the chat box for me to see, so that I can unmute you and you ask your questions. Please, if you have any questions, kindly signify and react. Kindly react if you have any questions, or drop it in the chat box. All right. You have a question. Where is that, Jacob? Okay, let me just.
Good evening, sir. So my question is, the last assignment, I wanted to know if it's actually us doing a video, because I saw it on the assignment and when I watched the video that we should do a video picking a particular product also. So I wanted to be sure if it's like a video, probably we just do a write-up also.
No, it's not necessarily a video. It's not a video. It is just a keyword roadmap. Sorry, a keyword map.
Sir?
It is not necessarily a video. It is a keyword map.
Okay.
So a keyword map is just like it's more of like a diagram or a write-up. Okay. So you select a particular business and you write down informational keywords and your transactional keywords. In the end, you can display with a diagram. You understand? But you are not doing any video. Okay, just a keyword map. It's just a map, just a particular page.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that clear?
Okay, sir.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So if there are no other questions, okay, you said she meant last week's assignment. Okay, let me see to that. Let me check last week's assignment. Thank you, Mr. AK. Last week's assignments. Okay. Yes, last week's assignment includes a video. You must script a high converting short form video. Select an affiliate product. That's choose a digital product from a network like Stakecodes or Stellar or the rest. Write the hook. Script a 3-second hook designed to stop the scroll for your target persona. Write the story and offer. Draft a 30-second script that agitates their problem and introduces your affiliate link as a guaranteed solution. Provide a clear CTA. So for last week's own, yes, you have to provide a video. For this week's own, you are not to provide any video. You are just to generate a keyword map. Okay. Thank you for clearing that out, Mr. AK. So I guess that's all for today's class. That's all for today's class. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. All right. Thank you for joining. Have a nice day. You guys should have a good night, and make sure you do your assignments. Okay.